Tzimtzum is a demo of a first-person horror exploration game where you explore the depths of a slowly deteriorating office space. Atmosphere. As the game begins, the office space itself appears mundane but well lived in and seems pretty conventional. There's some haunting poetry that's left laying on tables and seems pretty out of place but alludes to some form of inconceivable evil. The eerie silence gives a sense of apprehension, but everything is so otherwise normal that it's difficult to tell what to be apprehensive of. After stepping into the elevator, the game begins its descent and the darkness sets in. The flashlight only covers certain surfaces in light rather than a straight-up beam, and this mechanic alone put me on edge since you couldn't tell if anything was lurking in the darkness until it was already in front of you. The way floors are constructed is oddly fascinating, with Silent Hill's dark colour palette and office furniture and pipework jutting out of surfaces like the universe is still being formed. In the brief amount of time you spend playing Tzimtzum, it's very atmospheric and captures both the wonder and fear of exploring another dimension. That's one Harry Mason. Scares. Again, the demo is quite brief and only contains one properly frightening moment, which was the reveal of the strange bug-like spiky enemy that appears out of the darkness near the end of the demo, which really caught me by surprise. It leads into a chase sequence as you try to get through the area, and it's kind of intense, but the enemies themselves don't seem to be dealing a lot of damage despite catching up with me once or twice as I ran away, which made them seem a little weak. I feel as though this aspect of the game needs some work. Really though, it's hard to complain with a demo that's more focused on the atmosphere that the game didn't have enough scares, so it gets the point for what it did achieve. That's 2 Harry Masons. Sound design. There's a lot of silence and sometimes the sound of rain against windows. The music that does play is a very old school analog synth sounds that really drive home the supposed age of the game, and I find all of it very enjoyable. That's 3 Harry Masons. Gore. There wasn't any gore, and it didn't seem to need any. That's 4 Harry Masons. Story. Besides the poetry alluding to something bigger, even with a cosmic horror theme, I found the demo really tells you nothing of any kind of story, even after talking to the worm. The lack of a story is not the worst thing considering it's a demo and maybe a deliberate attempt to save the story for the full game, making a final score 4 out of 5 Harry Masons. The game definitely has its atmosphere down, and if the demo works on presenting some more interesting enemy interactions or a wider story, then it'll definitely be something worth keeping an eye on. Again, I'd like to remind you this whole thing is down to my opinion on horror games. If you don't share this opinion, then that's cool, I get it. I'd like to point out that whilst demos are demos, I did not scream like a banshee or run over the computer, and advise you don't either. There'll be more horror reviews in the pipeline, and thanks for watching, and always go check out Bumps in the middle of the night. Peace.